life, a rig life. Got a call for a drunk in somebody's trunk. Rig life, rig life, rig life, rig life. Got a call to the mall, dead guy in the stall. Rig life, rig life, rig life, a rig life. Got a call for a break and it turned out to be fake. Rig life, rig life, a rig life, a rig life. Got to drive really fast and it was a blast. Rig life, rig life, rig life, rig life. Showed up to the scene and they asked us to stop singing this damn song. Rig life, rig life. Hey, Erica.
Hey, Karen.
Welcome to A Rig Life.
A Rig Life.
I really like that song.
I love that song. It's so catchy. You know, when we're playing it, we bop around and
we actually lip sync our own selves.
We do.
Sometimes I do Erica's part.
Sometimes I feel like Milli Vanilli. Sometimes I don't.
Okay. Well, today we have a great show for you.
We do.
So before we get started, why don't we talk about something that's really important right now? About let's send our love and support to the people in Australia, our fellow friends and overseas.
Yeah, you guys have gone through quite a bit of horrible, I can't even, tragedy.
Yeah, I mean, I find that sometimes as we hear things in the news, and like we had Fort McMurray. Here's my talking again. As we had in Fort McMurray, we had some pretty terrible fires out there. My one adoptive son, RCMP out there, and he had some like terrible experiences and stories himself. And, you know, a year passes and everybody forgets. Not everybody.
No. Most
people forget because life goes on and there's different new headlines. Yep. And if anybody forgets, it's the journalists, reporters, and they're still recovering to this day. So let's not forget about our fellow humans in Australia that are going through hell.
Absolute hell. It's some of the things that we see on the news. And I mean, I'm sure it doesn't do it any justice.
No. So I want to give not only the people, I want to give a shout out to it, those animals that lost their lives, you know, what was it? 500 million or 500 billion, was it? Or something crazy like. Yeah. And to everybody out there that's in Australia that's doing everything they can to help save the animals too.
Oh, incredible. Absolutely incredible people.
So not just forgetting about their fellow humans, but also making a point to go out and try to help and save the animals.
Yeah, I think you guys are incredible people. And
all your 911 workers that are out there, your firefighters, volunteers, to our Canadian firefighters that are out there helping.
Which is absolutely incredible.
So, like I said, sending all our love to you guys and support from afar. And I also just want to say, too, if you feel that you want to post something on the Facebook page.
Absolutely.
Where we can offer some support. Like, I don't want to be flooded with a ton of different things, but I'm thinking that if there is a legit link to a cause that can help. I mean, we all have different things close to our heart. Some people like to do it through like a Red Cross agency. Yeah. Some people do private donations. But if anything anybody else can do out there to help, even if it is, you know, a prayer or sending good vibes, please do. And if there's something you want to post on our Facebook page, please do that as well. We will have the information in our show notes. So yeah, guys,
we love you.
Yep. And so moving forward, I think I just blew your ears out a bit with that.
No, you didn't actually.
You just, when I said
I can't hear myself as well as you think I can.
Okay. Because I think it's like I said so, and Erica sort of blew back from the room a little bit.
It's the ball again. It's this eyeball that I'm talking into.
If I turn my head a little bit, I can see you.
It's one eye. I have to close one eye to see Karen.
Erica's looking at me with her one eye. Good thing it's not a winking brown eye.
Thank God it's not a winking brown eye. A starfish.
It's a good thing that you have a green and I've got a blue, so we know that there's no discrepancy.
There's no discrepancy.
To the toothless wonder down below.
Some of the shit that Karen comes up with, I can't.
That's from my dad. He'd let one rip and he'd go, "Speako, toothless wonder." That was one of his.
That's amazing.
So
I might use that.
That's our toothless wonder.
Oh my God. I got to tell you something.
Yes.
This is totally random. I met this guy in a doctor's office yesterday. I had a doctor's appointment, and we started talking to this guy, and he said, we were talking about judging people, and he said, the worst thing you can do is point at somebody. And we were like, oh yeah. And he was like, and this was coming from an older gentleman. And then this other young gentleman that was in the conversation with us, there was 4 of us chit-chatting away in the waiting room. And he was a very well-dressed guy. And he said, you should never judge anybody, because for you pointing one finger, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you.
That's right.
And he lives by that every day. And he was young. He was in his, he's probably in his mid-20s. He's a real estate agent. Mm-hmm. And it was so refreshing to see. Like, it was so refreshing to hear something like that come out of his mouth. And he's like, that was my grandfather's motto. Then it was my dad's motto, and I've made it mine.
And that's where you can show like generations of kindness. It can carry forward as much as there can be so much heartache that can come through generations. So many good morals carry through too.
Absolutely.
And that's where I love to think that there's more good than bad in this world.
I agree.
Well, I mean, just recently on Sunday, we had a wicked snowstorm here. And
not like Newfoundland, but
no, God, no, not like Newfoundland. But
we got about 25 centimeters.
Yeah, for a city, it kind of it bungs it up quite a bit. Not the same, but people drive stupid, and it gets really ridiculous. And thank God it was on a weekend, because it would have been way worse if it had.
It would have been brutal.
Yeah. So there was a lady. I was at Mary's clinic, and a lady got stuck pulling in, and my son went out, and he has a cracked rib. I have a destroyed shoulder, but we're like, no, we're fellow Canadians. We can't just watch here through the window going,
sucker.
How's that windshield scraper working for you?
I would have loved it.
And after you get yourself out, come into the clinic and get a massage.
You should have left her. I mean, come on.
Oh
Karen.
my God, I could have got Mary a lot of work.
Think about business.
They'd be like, those assholes in that clinic. What is wrong with them?
I'd be like, sorry, we didn't see you through the security camera that's pointing right at your car.
So we went out and helped. When we were done, she was just so thankful. I've all helped people before, but I've never had someone dart over and give such a huge squeeze hug before. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And then she brought a couple little gifts for my son and I.
Were you like, ow, my shoulder?
Yeah.
And your son was like, oh, my rib.
My rib. Back off, bitch. We did it because the camera's on us. No.
Yeah, hello.
No, but I mean, it's not even so much of a story about my son and I helping this lady, because I've certainly had my fair share of help over the years.
Of course, yeah.
But still, to see that gratitude, I mean, I would give the same gratitude, paying it forward. And as I could see that she would do the same. And it's just to nice see that there's still a sense of community and people being there and helping each other. So
that's amazing.
Just trying to think of the world on a more positive thing as we get into some interesting drunk people stories.
Oh God, do we have good ones? I need to say something. Do you hear that noise? Did you hear it?
Well, I heard you fart.
No, it wasn't me.
Was it Gracie?
Well, she's not even down here.
Yeah, it was she packs a punch. No, was it the mosquitoes in your?
We're
head?
Probably haunted. Yeah. So let's get back.
No,
to
okay,
it.
you know what? Get it out of your system. Say it.
Spoopy?
No, we're not.
We're not high.
Yes,
we're not high.
See, it drives me so crazy that I'm anticipating it now. I feel anxious until you say it. Look at my hands.
I'm just gonna say it from the beginning. She's white knuckled, squeezing her hands together.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So,
speaking of white knuckled. I got a good story for you.
All right, let's do it.
So we picked this girl up from a bar. We get a call. She's drank too much, alcohol poisoning, whatever. And I know I'm making it sound so horrible, but but this is just, you get so many of these calls. You're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
If we ever sound like we're again,
it's just repetitive.
That's all it is. We give a shit equally as much, but it's just
yeah, come on again. Learn your fucking limits.
Yeah. And live within it.
And play within it.
Now play within it. That's it.
That's the OLG logo. You're welcome.
Don't hit the player, hate the game.
Yeah, exactly. Don't hate the player.
It made no sense, but I wanted to say
it was amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
So we get there. She's, in and out of consciousness type deal. We put her on the stretcher, run a line, whatever. She kind of comes to, and she's, we're asking her friends. They say she's drunk and whatever. And she's not just drunk. She's on something. We didn't know what. But anyways, she ended up kind of coming to a little bit and got angry that she was in the back of an ambulance going to the hospital. Totally pissed right off.
Because she wanted to stay drunk, or she just didn't want to be there?
She just didn't want to be there. Like, she would rather be back at the bar. And
so
I
said, she wanted to still be at the bar.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So
unconscious.
Yeah, unconscious. So I said, oh, no problem. We'll just loop around and drop you back off. And she said, can you do that?
No.
But it was more like, I don't want to make fun of it. No, sorry, you're going to the hospital. So anyways, we ended up, she was this tiny, I'm going to say she was maybe like 100 pounds soaking wet. Tiny little girl. Like, I could have held her down with a pinky. And plus she was hammered. So it was, but we had to have police meet us there because she was trying to bite everybody.
Oh my God.
Not fight, bite.
Yeah.
Like, who are you biting? And you want to,
that's not as uncommon as people might think. I think everybody who's worked doing this has been bit at. And
I gotta say, when the police get there, you know that
there'll be no more biting.
Bye.
Oh, no more biting.
And that's the best part is you get to leave them there. No offense, sorry, Karen, but you get to leave them there, and
you leave
the
biters behind.
Yeah, but they're
like zombies, aren't they? Because they just go.
They really are, and you don't know where they're coming from.
And they're just like coming slowly at you, and kind of tippy, and then, but they'll catch up with you.
They will, and you go to reach an arm across to grab something, and she's going slow. But it's kind of funny because you talk about it after, and you're like, "What an idiot!" I am going to judge you. I mean, mind you, if this was a heart attack, we wouldn't be talking about this. But this is
head injury, heart attack.
We would be serious.
High fever, whatever.
No, she did this to herself.
Mental illness.
So it was. It's just kind of like, come on. So the police get there and they're like, the same thing. Oh, here's another one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay.
Like, what do you do? We drop them off. What's your play on this?
So then
give me a story.
I'll say, like, this is one that you brought to us. Same idea. So we had a guy who, well, it's not really the same. He was brought in by ambulance. What he had done, he was drinking and driving.
Those bastards.
He left a bar, I guess, around 3, which sounds like, and why he was still there, I have no idea.
And how can somebody stay up that late?
Oh, I know.
Oh, God, now? Can you imagine?
I'm still trying to fall asleep at that time.
I'd be recovering for days. Yeah. I don't even know. I couldn't fathom.
I don't miss hangovers, man. No. So this guy had, I don't know how many DUIs already. He had lost his license. He pulled out hammered in this car. He was driving like a fucking psycho really fast.
Of course.
And the police, they did a chase to get him, and he ran into one of the police cars. And he got out, and then he ran. Anyway, they caught him.
Of course.
And he was brought into us. So we have to do full precautions. Right.
Oh, of course.
So he's on a backboard, he's strapped all down,
neck
brace.
What you want to do is shake the shit right out of him and be like, how could you be so stupid?
But no, seriously. But we got to pretend like, what if he has a head injury?
Yeah. Which he doesn't.
He doesn't. Yeah. Or, there's that tiny chance and you can't take that risk. So we've got him on the backboard. He gets, we do the whole log roll, check him out all over. Doctor does tests. So he gets off we sent him to CT.
Yeah.
He gets off the backboard. He's in the bed. Now I'm about to start an IV on him. We need to draw bloods and do all that kind of stuff.
Run a line that's going to sober him up.
Yeah.
Which
hopefully
I'm sure.
Put a catheter in.
Oh,
so we can measure his intake and output.
Yep.
And throw a diaper on top just in case.
For good measure.
So now he's lying there in a diaper. I know, you cruel bitches. No.
Nope.
This is what, if you're really that bad, and you may crash at any time. And so, yeah. So I go to start the IV and he spits at me. So I have a cop in the room with me. Oh, sorry. One arm is cuffed to the bed because now he's still like he's under.
Yeah.
Like he's under arrest.
Yeah.
But we have to do this whole thing. So one arm is cuffed to the bed. The cop's in the room with me. And I'm going to do the blood, start the IV, and he spits at me.
Oh my God.
So the cop's like, you son of a bitch. Well, he didn't say that, but it was, the same. He puts a spit mask on him.
Those are if you've never seen what a spit mask looks like, you need to look it up.
It's like the scariest thing
Slipknot, the guy who wears that like thing on his head.
Okay, it's not as bad as that, but it's close. It's pretty close.
I'm telling you, Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, they're
well. Okay, it's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
It's very creepy.
I'm gonna look it up right now because
we'll post a picture of a spit mask. Anyway, it covers your whole head. It's like a little elastic around your neck. Now it's not a tight elastic. It's loose, but it kind of holds it so that they can't bend their chin down and try to spit like below.
Yeah, like the newer ones now are a lot
like
nicer
they're mesh
looking
and
than.
stuff.
Yeah, it looks like those vegetable bags that they're selling now that you can go reuse
or
your
a
vegetable
mosquito
bags. A mosquito
netting.
That's exactly what it is. So guess what? When you spit, you're spitting on yourself.
Exactly. But the ones that like, at this time, this guy, it was like a bright pink orangey color.
Yes,
and it was like scary.
Good on him.
So he gets a spit mask on him, and then so then that's on, and then I go to try to start again, and he tries to bite me through the spit mask, which he could have.
Oh, he could have absolutely
clamped down easily on that. So the cop had enough about this point.
Because and you know what? I got to give credit to the police officers because they put up with a lot of shit. They see it on every single side.
Well, exactly. And the thing is that nurses and doctors are tight. And I mean, I think paramedics and doctors, would you say, are tight too?
Yeah,
but
nurses more so.
Nurses and doctors, and cops are tight because, well, we just are. And we're very much protected by them.
Yeah.
And so if this kind of thing happens, especially if you know the guy was drinking and driving, especially when you know his history and his disrespect. And the whole time he's like, you fucking C word, you,
say the worst thing you can possibly think of.
Oh, they throw it. And then one of the nurses came in the charge nurse and said, what if that was one of us going out? Because we go out at 3:00 in the morning and get coffee and stuff like that. He's like, I wish I would have fucking killed you. I wish I would have ran you over. And it's like, you're just like, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And so that kind of thing. So anyway, the police no holds. And let's just put it this way. He put him in a bit of a hold. And
he had every right to.
And I'm thinking, okay, if this guy's got a head injury, this is probably not great. He didn't have a head injury. He was a drunk. He sobered up. He was sent to the cells and that kind of thing. But this is the kind of shit we deal with. This guy is a sociopath piece of shit that drinks and drives. He had domestic violence charges on him. The whole bit.
And this is every day. This isn't just like reserved for Fridays, Saturdays, and sometimes Sundays. This is every day.
No, this is every day. So that's one of my stories of, and he's just one of a few spitters and biters that I've dealt with.
Yeah, and sometimes you have like people, you get there and they're so calm, cool, and collected when you get there, and you're like, huh. This is weird. They're not acting, they don't seem to be drunk. They seem to be fine. And then all of a sudden, let's say the police show up and all of a sudden they turn into like
the Hulk.
They think that they're, and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then they're like, don't fucking touch me. And, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, where did you just come from?
What happened? Or when you get nice people and you're thinking, all right, when's it going to happen?
Yeah, because you expect it.
And they're nice. And you're like, oh, what a great call.
What's happening right now? Well, how do we get so lucky tonight?
The best day of my life.
Yeah. It's unfortunately, it happens more often than you think. We get, like, you know what? I want to talk about this because I think this is important. Like I live in Durham region, so I live in Oshawa, but Durham region is it encompasses a bunch of places. And you know what I haven't seen? I haven't seen the ride program.
Really?
In a long time. Maybe
it's because you go to bed at 6 at night.
I mean, it could be, and it's not really 6. It's like 8 or 9. But, she's probably right. But I mean, I haven't. And people have mentioned it. Like,
why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know if it's resources. I don't know if it's, but I do have to say, we just had, close to where I live, there was a murder, just down from us. It was, horrible. It happened, right on his mom's doorstep and just
you live
horrible.
in Oshawa too. So
I live in Oshawa. So this is like, what the hell, right? So, this happened and I got to tell you, this place had never been so safe. There was probably all of Durham Regional Police were on these streets. There's, and I left early in the morning to go to work and, I had to be like, I had to talk to police officers before I could even get through the street. And then I was, had to be escorted down to get onto the main street and it was crazy. And you wonder, automatically people were saying outside, before we even found out that this was a murder.
Yeah.
Okay. People are like, somebody must be drunk, getting in a fight.
Yeah.
Domestic.
And half of Durham regions.
And half of Durham regions.
They're the most dangerous. Well, not the most, but considered up there with some of the most dangerous calls, and some consider it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't know. There could be a drug.
Yeah.
There could be weapons, a drunk, whoever, just pure anger coming out.
Yep.
And they're like, fuck the world and we'll take everybody down.
Yeah. And it's the scariest thing. It's,
yeah.
Yeah. There's, and the drugs,
Well, okay. I'm going to tell another story if that's okay.
Of course.
Kind of a funny one.
I love it.
So I might have told this on a suture room.
And by the way, when I'm not talking to Karen, I move away from the microphone so I can actually see her with both eyes.
Yeah.
Because staring with one eye at this ball and staring at her with the other eye is making me dizzy. Go.
Okay. Oh, there's your face.
There it is.
Can you go behind the ball again, please?
Damn you. She's an asshole, guys.
No, I'm saving you from having to look at me.
Oh, well, you look great today. What's the problem?
Oh, yeah. That's nice of you to say.
She's under the weather.
Yeah. As you can hear in my voice.
You can totally hear it in her voice.
Okay. So we had a drunk guy come in. He was very, very, very hammered, very belligerent. So we had to put him in restraints in the acute care to watch him. But,
and you still have in those restraints, just maybe explain, you still have a little bit of room. Like,
yeah.
You're not like smacked right. Your hands aren't like smacked right against the hospital bed. You have room.
Well, we do it because he was swinging at people.
Yeah.
If he gets out of bed, he's going to fall down and smack his head.
Yep.
Belligerent.
Safety. Yeah.
Yeah. A whole. But you see, we put them where we can see them. Like you're right in front of the nurse's station, right?
Yep.
And if you're not, we have cameras on you, and we have to do like 15-minute checks. Like we have to constantly be in there. So it's not like you're in a corner on restraints. So he was in 5-point restraint, so wrist, ankles, and waist. And he started to sober up, which was good. And of course, we had the IV line, and we don't want him to rip that out. We have him on cardiac monitors and stuff just to make sure his sats and heart is okay.
And if nobody knows about as soon as you run a line, especially like saline, that's what's really kind of sobering you up. It's like adding.
Well, it's rehydrating you.
How would you describe it? It would be adding water to.
Well, basically, you're hammered, right? And your blood alcohol level is going to be whatever. And when you look at blood alcohol level, that is the percentage of blood. Sorry, that's percentage of alcohol in your blood.
Yes.
So if you're 0.18, that means now if I'm wrong, someone tell me. But I believe that means that 18% of your blood volume is alcohol.
Yeah.
And you get severely dehydrated. So we're actually doing you a favor when we
You're
run a line,
welcome.
because we're not necessarily sobering you up within that time. We're rehydrating you, so you're not going to have that pounder of a headache so much and feel so like you have the flu the next day. You get a running start at it, so you're welcome. Anyway, so this guy sobering up, we take him out of his restraints. His vitals are stable. We take his we don't need to monitor him, because he's okay. Or he seems like he's sobering up.
Something's going to happen.
No, something does happen. So, of course, being a busy night, so he's fast asleep.
Yeah.
So we move him out of this room, and we kind of put him in front of the nurse's station so we can still watch him.
Right.
As he's sobering up. And once he's awake and can walk around and all that, he can go home. Yeah. So we have the side rails up. We have him there, and it's like it was already busy, but this is why we had to move him, because we needed that room to put someone in.
Of course.
So we're like buzzing around doing whatever, and I come back to the station to start inputting stuff in the computer, whatever, and I see him run through the station, or he was in the station. I see him run out of the station. This is open. So it's not it's not in a room. There's no walls. It's just open. It's in the center of this area. I see him from the center run out, do a one-arm leap back into the bed that has the stretcher arms up. He had pissed in the entire nurse's station.
What a classy son of a bitch.
He did a pirouette piss in the nurse's station. He pulled out his pinky and did a 360 on the floor, all over the notes, the computers.
I would have been fucking pissed.
Just everywhere.
Were the police were still there? Or
no,
were the police there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we're just standing there looking. Like, what do we do with these notes? They were written in ink. Now they're dripping. What do we do with our chairs, the floor, the blood work, the medicine, whatever?
Everything's covered in piss.
Yeah.
I would have killed him.
So, and the people that help clean the rooms, they can't touch anything that has bodily, like from a bodily fluid. So here we are, busy as fuck, cleaning the nurse's station.
Of course.
And there's loud piss notes and like what it was a nightmare.
And did you guys...
Do you think that we wanted to like maybe actually give him a concussion?
Oh, 110%.
Yeah, we did. So, but then he goes back and he's pretending he's asleep. And he goes all floppy on us and like unconscious. And so, you know what? Like what are we going to do? Like, what can we do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could call the police and have him charged, I guess. But what are you
it's
charging
just
him
like,
with? Public
how do we
mischief?
know? But we don't know his history either.
Right.
We don't know if he has a history of mental illness. We don't know what's going on.
But doesn't it get to the point? So here's the biggest thing. And a lot of you guys...
Trust me, we were fucking unhappy. At one point, we just looked at each other and started laughing.
Yeah, because what do you do?
We're just like, did this really happen?
And it's funny. You say to people, people say, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, just on a call. Okay. If you think that they're stable enough, they're getting called for a broken arm, have at her. Somebody will go with you to the bathroom.
Wheelchair.
Whatever. Yeah. Somebody will help you. But if you can't get off, a stretcher or, whatever, and you can't get up, and you got to go to the bathroom, just remember that, a nurse or a paramedic or a doctor or whoever, a PSW.
Yeah.
Give them 5 minutes to go get you a urinal or to go get you something. But no, a lot of these people are just like, fuck you then. Piss the bed.
Or get up.
Piss the stretcher. Or get up and piss on a
nurse's station.
Yeah, it drives me mental. You can't hold your pee? You got a problem.
Yeah. Now, okay, I gotta tell one more.
Okay, give it to me.
So this is a lady that is we call a frequent flyer.
We had a lot of those. Yeah.
She was okay. So I'm going to say this at the very beginning. Mental health issues. Yes. But knows what she's doing. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Heavy drinker. Yes.
And by any means, we're not judging these people.
No, I'm just trying to say, I'm putting it out up front that get that she has mental illness.
Yeah.
It's like depression.
But she knows what she's doing.
Yeah. And so it's not like she wasn't psychotic or anything. Like she wasn't, delusional or hallucinating, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And an alcoholic. And so she was in the ER a lot.
I think you told me the story.
Yeah. So she was in the ER a lot. And usually, because she probably borderline personality. Of course, I'm not a psychiatrist, but just needed attention, constant attention. Was always trying to get admitted to the hospital on psych and stuff like that, and just was so was very demanding. Was on the call bell constantly, and it would be like, my shoulder, the pillow's not right, and you're like,
yeah,
you're like, okay, let me help you, but I'm thinking
you have more important cases to see, and
so anyway, so this one time she decided to overdose. That sounds so cold, but she did on Tylenol, and it was because Tylenol overdose is bad. I mean, you can be fucked with your liver for the rest of your life. Let's just say she didn't take enough to kill herself.
Yeah.
She often didn't take enough to kill herself.
Of course,
again, this is tough to talk about because there's just moral ethical. So then she needs help, and who's helping her? And she's getting constant admission. Anyway, this night I have a reason to be unhappy with this woman.
Go. Give it to us.
Because she decided before killing herself that she was going to take a whole bottle of lactulose. Because she didn't want to die constipated.
That mess.
No one knows what lactulose is. It's thick like syrup. It's oily, kind of.
So it really helps the shit slide. I'm going to say, when it comes barreling out, it's coming out 5 times as fast.
Honestly, picture a basketball on a water slide slicked with oil.
There you go. That's exactly what it's coming out as.
It's just honestly, clear sailing. And then that basketball starts to melt.
And even if you put her in a diaper, which you'd have to do, you couldn't contain it.
No, it just doesn't stop. So
No.
she drank a whole bottle. Like I'm talking, what's this? It's like a 750 ml. I don't know if they come in that exact size, but giving you an idea of lactulose. And usually you take a capful, which is like 30 mils.
Which is definitely helping you shit.
And it's definitely helpful. So she drank the whole bottle because she didn't want to be constipated, before she died. And she was mine, of course. And she was never really out of it. But all of a sudden, this lactulose started to work. And she's dopey. And she'd go, I have to shit.
As it's coming out?
Yeah, no, but she's saying it that way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I put her on the bedpan. God, horrible.
And the smell.
I have no idea what this woman's been eating. I swear. Rotten fish.
Garbage. Just.
I don't know when she ate the corn.
But it came out as a cob.
And it was popping as it was coming out. Yeah. So hours later, she's still like sloth woman. I have to shit.
But here's the thing too. You're shitting so much now. You're also dehydrating yourself.
She's on an IV.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, she's like, she could talk normally. So she's like, I'm going to call. Like every 5 minutes, she's like, I got to go again. I'm like, well, yeah, you took lactulose. Well, can you get into the bed? Can you sit on a commode at the bedside? She could have. No, I'm too weak. I know she could have. Like there was no doubt because she was whipping around and sitting on the side of the bed.
Of course.
Getting back in. Here's a bedpan. I don't want a bedpan. I want to go to the bathroom. Okay, let me take you to the bathroom. No, I'm too weak. Then sitting this up. It was like there was
you couldn't win.
No, you couldn't win.
There's a term. I can't remember what the term is for people who like they thrive actually on going to hospitals. It's
yeah.
Do you know what the term is?
It's not Munchausen's.
No,
because that's when you like make yourself intentionally. Yeah, there is a term. But
I can't remember.
We'll have to look that up.
Yeah, or if anybody knows it,
yeah,
post it for us.
So this just didn't stop. Near the end of my shift, she was threatening to like sue me. She was going to call her lawyer. She was going to tell my manager how cruel and abusive I was. And I'm telling you. Like, it was the worst. And of course, my coworkers thought this was the funniest thing ever.
Of course.
At one point, they were sitting in the nurse's station going, Karen, someone's calling you. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Can't you help me? And they did help me, a bit. But they see my face. I'd be like writing or doing whatever. And she's like, and then she knew my name by then. Karen, I have to shit. And then she'd be like, can I have water, please?
Yeah,
right?
It was just.
I want to go out for a smoke, but I have to shit.
But yeah, hey, and have at her. Go for a smoke.
Anyway, that's my funny, not funny story, and everybody else thought it was hysterical.
I think it's I mean, like
if it wasn't me, yes,
you have a lot of cleanups to do, and that's the thing. Like when you get these calls, I mean, you can give somebody, we have these bags. You guys have them in the hospital,
but
like the puke bags.
Yeah.
And they kind of. To explain how it looks, it's kind of got like a
duck mouth almost. That opens at the top.
Yeah, it opens at the top.
It covers your face.
Yeah, and they used to be made of plastic. Now they think they're cardboard, like thicker cardboard. It's not going to evaporate when you puke into it. Why can't I? It's called
K-Basin?
No,
we use K-Basins.
Something bag.
Puke bag. Emesis bag?
Emesis bag.
Yeah,
thank you. Holy shit. And anyway, so we had this, I'm going to tell you a quick story.
All right, here we go. I want to take a minute here just to talk about BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a service that I am proud to endorse. I have PTSD, and for many years and early on, I didn't know where to turn. Back in the day, there wasn't a service like this, and I'm pretty sure that it's one I would have used. You can talk to a licensed professional counselor in the safety of your own home, privately, confidentially, and secured online. You can talk to your counselor on a face-to-face video session, on the phone, text, or chat. They have specialized counselors in depression, anxiety, relationships, grief, self-esteem, family conflict, LGBT matters, and many others. Everything is confidential. There are 3,000 licensed therapists in the U.S. and available worldwide, and financial aid is available for those who qualify. STAT listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code STAT. So just go to betterhelp.com/stat. Let's get back to the show.
Wouldn't stop. So we're passing them to him, and we're putting the bags down on the side that are full, right? And so he's puking so often that we're just literally like taking it away from him, putting it down, taking it away from putting it down, taking it away from putting it down.
Yeah.
So he puked probably it was like a 25-minute ride to the hospital, and you know, he's throwing up. He's throwing up.
So he was really sick.
He was definitely gonna have a great hangover the next day.
Oh, he was drunk.
He was drunk.
Okay,
yeah. Sorry, I should have said that in the meeting. So, you know, you start doing something and you're typing away on the fucking computer, and he seems so settled now and everything like that.
Yeah.
You don't realize that, you know, his arm is dangling down, grabbing those bags. He fucking threw like 4 of those bags by the time we were able to.
He threw them at you?
Threw them. And listen, they didn't. Okay, here's the good part. The good part is the bags didn't break, but they weren't closed. They had the opening. So everything came, like most of it came out of that opening. So the whole, and for me, the smell of vomit, I'm okay with it to a point, depending on what it smells like. But if it's like, there's so much alcohol in this puke.
Oh,
the smell, and even after, like we went back to base and did a clean. Yeah. Oh, we did a solid deep clean on this truck.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
No, but like I'm talking every nook and cranny. Like you always have to do a deep clean. It had to get
everywhere.
You couldn't get the smell out for hours. It just stank. What a dirt! Like it's like it penetrated the plastic.
Yeah, but this
like
guy's
penetrated the metal. Like, oh, he's a fucking dirtbag.
Okay, now I've been drunk before.
Yeah,
many times.
I mean, who hasn't?
No, I mean, I went through a period, and even as a teenager, I've had too much, but I've never got the point where I've ever hurt anybody.
No,
or through puke, shit, bodily fluids, you name it.
No, don't throw bodily fluids, man.
There's got to be something wrong innately with you
that you would do such a thing.
How do you default to, I'm a great guy, but when I'm drunk, I throw vomit at people?
Well, and that's it. Like, what did you, he was throwing them like he was throwing bombs. Like he just fucking
Vomitov Cocktails.
Vomitov Cocktails, exactly. Like he was brutal. And then, you know, he, afterwards, he's like, I'm so sorry. Like I'm so sorry. I don't know what came over me. I can't believe it was, but it was more like, I'm so sorry. You know, and it's just.
Did you believe him?
No, we were so angry at that point. We had to change, and you know, it was just you're pissed off now, and
that's probably one of the worst things I've heard. Like that's like a because that's an assault. That's like
it is assault. Yeah, absolutely, it's assault.
Can you imagine if you're like walking down the street and someone says, "Hey, asshole," vomits in your face and walks away? That would be considered assault.
It is assault.
Like
and that's
they
the
stick
thing.
their fingers down their throat
and go
throw up a gyro or a kebab or spaghetti and meatballs or.
You know what's weird? You're saying this and it's making me hungry. I'm like, I could go for a gyro right now.
Yeah, because you're thinking about it before it's digested.
Yeah, but even like. Don't you find as you know, as an ex-nurse and me as a ex-paramedic, I find I could eat if something happened and there was, you know, somebody laying in the middle of the road and they're already dead. I know this is going to sound creepy. I could still eat. But is that weird?
No, I mean, I've sat and had many conversations about the most disgusting things and I'm just eating away.
Yeah, you talk about, that's the thing is like when you're on a break and you know, you meet up with a couple of other crews and you're sitting there and you go somewhere and you're like, oh, I just got this call and this was and as we're just eating, there's no thought, nothing.
But that's how our brains can like just completely compartmentalize I can never say that word.
Compartment.
I don't even know why I tried.
Compartmentalize.
Yeah, because we can just go, all right.
This
is it. Except for if you talk about trach stuff.
Oh God.
So let's just walk away from that right now. Quietly. Let's close the door quietly behind us and go. No, stop.
Oh, sorry.
I told you about the guy.
Suction?
I told you about the guy.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it again.
Okay, you're going to hear about it. I had this guy who was like a really dirty, gross guy that had a trach and he would still smoke through the trach and different things. And he'd come in with these like gross, slime, green, horrible smelling infections coming out of there. And I went in and I was like, I need to clean your trach. And he's like, no, I can do it. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. And he pulls it out, sucks the stuff, spits it out, and then goes, there, all clean. Wasn't it amazing how I was able to tell that without...
And I can't even hear right now.
She's plugging her ears.
Because I moved my headphones so I could plug my ears. Because just the fact that he sucks it out himself.
Yeah.
You dirty fucking pig.
Yeah. And
like I'm angry.
He was gross before and gross like before the trach, gross after the trach. Like this is not a person that's just not a
who raised these people?
I don't know. Oh, wolves?
Yeah.
Even wolves wouldn't suck their own pus out of their necks.
They would not. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me enough. That is disgusting.
Daddy Wolf, I have a really bad cold. Can you help me? Can you suck it out
Sure,
of my
son.
nose?
No.
No way, son. I'm doing that. Not by the hair, my chin, chin, chin.
Oh no, that's something else.
No, that's Red Riding Hood. No,
No, that's the Three Pigs.
whatever.
No, what
we
is
were
it?
close enough.
Not by the hair, my chin, chin, chin. Gonna hook, gonna puff.
That's
gonna
Three
blow your
Pigs.
house in.
Oh, but the pigs go,
Not by the hair, my chin, chin, chin.
Yeah,
and
that's
the wolf
Three-
goes,
And a puff, and blow your house in.
And then he went to a fucking
Then I'm going to move from a straw house to a
clay house.
clay house. And
Then I'm gonna go clay to brick.
then I'm going to go clay to brick and everything's fine. And the wolf.
Won't get me, and then I'll invite him over for dinner.
and
with
now
his new
you can
girlfriend,
like
Sheila.
take this piece of the show and play it for your children.
You're welcome.
Just before they go to bed, you can mark it, play it, and walk away for the 45 seconds, and then come back, and they'll be like sleeping.
Yeah, sound
Or
like or screaming, scared, never gonna be able to sleep again. I'm gonna go with that aspect of it.
Okay, well, I think we'll end today's show on some of our better drunk, intoxicated people stories. So I guess what we're saying is maybe don't drink that much.
And definitely do not drink and drive.
And if you are in the hospital because you had too much, just maybe try to be nice to us.
Yeah,
We
or
know
in the
what?
back of an ambulance. Try to be nice to the people
Don't
that are
throw,
helping you.
Vomitov Cocktails.
That would be nice.
And you know what? We have seen it all.
Yeah.
So I don't care that you're naked. I don't care that you're puking. I don't care if you shit yourself. You got into the situation. Fine. Let's handle it. And then we'll get you home safe and sound.
Yeah.
But just try not to abuse us.
Exactly. And that is, please, because there's so much. You have no idea, like nurses.
Do you not just want to get them better regardless of the cause at this point?
Yes, just 110%.
Because it's almost like, okay, well, you did this, but wait a minute. We just have to, our job is to stabilize you and show compassion.
Yeah,
or
and
whatever.
that's why you get them to the hospital and, we can wipe our hands, but you can't.
No, we have them for hours and hours and
I'm
hours.
so sorry.
So let's try to be kind to nurses, paramedics, and
Police, firefighters, everybody
Yeah.
under the sun.
even doctors.
And PSWs.
Oh yes,
Get the shit end of the stick. And I say that, I use that term very
yeah. And then we got respiratory
loosely.
therapists. We've got X-ray
Yeah.
technicians.
Yeah.
We've got labs. Please just be nice to
treat
us.
everybody the way that you want to be treated, or treat everybody the way you would want your parent to be treated.
Also, try not to bring every Tom, Dick, and Harry from your family into the hospital with you.
Bring one person.
Remember, your loved one is just drunk.
That's it.
That's
Just
it.
drunk.
Just drunk.
You don't need
And
Aunt Betty and Uncle Pierre.
And we're not going to
there.
feed you
No.
and your whole family while you're there.
No.
And most importantly, don't let your children lick the floor.
That is, hey, listen, I'm going to say that should be the number one rule.
Don't let your children lick the floor
Or the chairs.
or the furniture. Exactly.
Yeah.
No licking.
No licking.
Stick that thing back in their mouth. We've got plenty of tape.
Don't let them lick.
We can just put a mask on them.
I don't see why. Tape a mask right
one of
around
those
their
little-
face. Don't we have little
They'll be like,
mini N95s?
We have to wait so long and our kids are tired.
Okay, so why'd you bring 17 kids in with one unwell child?
And, they're getting tired.
Okay, then why are you letting little Billy crawl up the hallway with his tongue sliding across the
I know,
floor?
it's disgusting. I can't.
Well, it'll be your fault if they're sick.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that.
And that is a whole other...
Yeah, we'll leave that for another show because you know what I think we'll leave that for? I think we'll leave that for our new...
Coming in hot.
I was waiting for you to say that. Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Okay, so we've got a new segment called
Coming in hot.
Coming in Hot.
Coming in motherfucking hot. I'm so pissed off.
Coming in hot. I'm coming right in hot.
I've always been able to do that voice since I was like 3.
So have I, but why do we sound the same when we do it?
I don't know.
Say-
Can you imagine a little 3-year-old Karen going,
Coming in hot. I'm coming in hot.
my teacher would be like, bring your homework in. I'll be like,
The fucking dog ate it. What are you gonna do? Come at me, bro. I'll dare you.
Okay, so we have this new show.
it's for Patreon
Yeah.
listeners. Sorry, it's for Patreon supporters only. And it's called Coming in Hot, where we are going to pick a subject or two, and we're going to tell you guys how we really feel about it. And I have a pretty good idea that it's exactly how you guys feel too, if not very close, because it's those subjects that make you just like go,
Pissed right
"Are
off.
you-"
And you know what? If you're offended, sorry, not sorry.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna.
I don't think anybody's
I'm
gonna
not
be
worried about
offended. I'm
that,
not worried.
because I think we know where to draw the line.
Yeah.
When the
Of
record
course.
button's on.
Yeah. But when it's off,
Oh my god,
shit.
it's not just hot; it's boiling.
It's boiling. It's fire. It's on fire.
What's the song?
On fire.
On
Fire, give it to me.
Oh, wrong song.
Fire. Oh, whoa, whoa, it's fire. Pointer Sisters.
No, mine was a different song that I was
Oh.
thinking of. Now I can't remember because you sang that one.
Okay, we're dragging out here, but we're going to give you a little taste. Because we're ready, we're coming in hot.
I'm coming in hot.
I even seen parents try to bribe their kids into behaving well with lollies and toys. This is not a negotiation. What can I do? One mom asked me as her 3-year-old daughter terrorized everyone within a 30-meter radius. What do you mean, what can I do? You can start by disciplining her for one. Maybe even worse than the out-of-control kids are a select group of parents who feel that they are entitled to special privileges just because they reproduced.
Yep.
I've literally had parents repeatedly ram their giant strollers into the backs of my legs at the shops when they've wanted me to move out of their way. A simple excuse me would have worked. We really appreciate our Patreon supporters.
Thank you guys so much. Every little bit counts.
Yeah, and we want to be able
And
to
helps
treat.
so much.
It does, and we want to be able to treat you with something that's just special for you to enjoy. Hopefully, you will.
Fingers
you can let
crossed.
us know. And we just appreciate as independent podcasters, it comes out of our pocket. Yes, we choose to do it, and we love doing it. But any little bit helps. But I'm not going to lie, the most important support is what you guys give us just by listening and participating and being there. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Before we end this show,
Thank you very much.
I want to play you out with one of my absolute favorite podcasts from a friend of mine by the name of Heather and her co-host
Rochelle.
So I'm going to play you out listening to this, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And say it, be kind, rewind.
And don't puke on anybody or throw your vomit.
No Vomitov Cocktails, please.
Yeah.
And
Spay and neuter.
take care of yourself. Take care of one another, and peace.
Peace.
One love.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Rochelle.
And we're the hosts of Nature vs. Narcissism.
A true crime podcast mixed with some dark humor.
Sometimes we have alcohol.
Sometimes we have guests.
Sacramento, California.
Canton, Michigan.
Green River,
Honolulu, Hawaii.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Niagara, North Dakota.
Gloucester, United Kingdom. Dakota County, Wyoming.
Epizoyucan, Hidalgo, Mexico.
Flint, Michigan.
Boston, Massachusetts.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Woodruff, South Carolina.
Edmonton, Yorkshire.
Hudson Valley, New York.
In Season 2, we will examine notorious killers in cities across the globe from A to Z.
We'll delve into their criminal history as well as their upbringing to try to determine why these killers commit these violent acts.
Was it nature?
Was it nurture?
Or was it plain old narcissism?
Find us on your favorite podcast streaming service.
Don't call the cops. Bye!